Hi, Ruthie. Thanks for joining us. Question for Ruthie, you can raise your hand. James K, we'll go to you first.
Hey, Ruthie, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing well, thanks. So you now have a couple of practices under your belt now since the quote unquote Olympic break. How does the team look so far?
Good. I think we're all eager to get back into games and start, winning some games. So it's really fun to be able to have the whole team back.
Absolutely. You're about the next this stretch here where you're going to be facing Vegas 3 times, the Storm 3 times. They have both of those teams have some of the best front courts in the league. What are you doing to prepare for those matchups?
Yeah, I think we're really excited. It's always fun to play against good competition. So we're practicing, working hard, scouting, and just going to be ready when we play them.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Ruthie. We're starting a little early today, so we'll move pretty quickly. We're all set. Thank you.
I'm good?
Yeah, you're good. You're
Okay,
great.
bye.
Thank you. Azrae Stevens will be up in just a moment, and then we will have James Wade. Hey Z, thanks for joining us. If you have a question for Azrae, you can raise your hand. We'll start with Nov Wilkes. How are you, Nov?
I'm good. How you doing, Azrae?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to ask you, what are some of the improvements you made over the break to help this team going into the second half of the season?
Yeah, I think we just worked a lot on defense. We've really trying to been hone in on that. What is our identity going to be as a team defensively? And that's what we're going to ride with for the rest of the season. We worked on offense too, but we just worked on defense, really just trying to hone in on our defensive identity, because that's how you win a championship is defending. So we really have put a lot of time in working on that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
James K.
Hey, Azrae, thanks for your time. You have, I guess, 12 games before the start of the playoffs, which is crazy to think about. But how are you doing just like physically, mentally? Like, how are you, where are you at right now?
Me specifically or the team?
You specifically.
It's getting there, this has been a challenging season for me personally, but just taking it day by day. Physically, I am feeling better. Still not really where I want to be, but it is what it is. I'm just doing all that I can to be the best version of myself for this team. And mentally, that's just what I'm focusing on, is step by step, moment by moment. So looking forward to the second half of the season and then playoffs after that.
So are you still on a minutes restriction, or is that something that you and Coach Wade are still talking about right now?
We're still kind of in discussions about that. So yeah.
Absolutely. One last thing, just now that you've had a couple practices underneath your belt, I mean, how do you feel like the team is looking, just from what you've seen so far?
Good. I mean, we've just been working hard, that's all I can say is we've just been working hard. So we're excited. We got some big matchups coming up, obviously on Sunday. And even after that, we have the second half of this slate is just going to be good for the team, I think. Good matchups, good games, and we're just going to have to focus in and take it day by day.
Great. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Hallie Rowe.
Hey there. I just wanted to double check. We have your game on Sunday, so I just wanted to ask you a few specific questions, if you don't mind. What has been kind of your health challenge this year, and will you be available and able to play Sunday?
Yeah, I'm full go Sunday. And just working back from my injury that I had last year. I didn't expect it to be this challenging, but the knee is definitely a challenging body part to work through. So like I said earlier, just taking it day by day. And I do feel more and more like myself every day. So I'm just keeping faith that, eventually I'll be back fully to myself. But yeah, I'll be full go for Sunday.
Awesome. And then just quickly, what did you do with your own time where you didn't have to be there and practicing? What did you do with your own time during the break?
I took a trip to Hawaii with my older sister. So we were there for 9 days and it was amazing. Like I really miss it. But it was nice just physically, mentally, emotionally, just to kind of uncharge and, just unwind sitting on the beach for most of the days. So that's what I did.
Sounds amazing. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, I think you're all set. Thank you, Z.
Thanks, guys.
We'll have James in just a moment. Hey, James, thanks for joining us. We'll start with Hallie Rowe.
Hey, James, just wanted to ask you, what did you do during the break as far as going back and evaluating the first half of the season? Did you watch every game or just kind of what was your process? And what did you leave there knowing you had to change? I don't hear Coach. Is he muted still?
Sorry.
Yeah, I was muted. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
start again. Thanks.
I didn't watch every game. I watched most games. I watched our recent games. I watched a lot of our games that we lost in the fourth quarter. What I came away looking at is, our trying to figure out what our identity should be defensively. Offensively, it was pretty simple. And, trying to move the ball a little bit more, not settling, and getting back to, we went through peaks and valleys of getting to the free throw line and not getting to the free throw line. And that kind of dictated how much we drove the ball, kind of dictated how good we were at moving it. And so, you notice some of those things. And defensively, it's two different kind of teams. You have the teams like Indiana and Las Vegas that pound the ball inside and don't shoot a lot of threes. And then you have the other teams, and other teams, they need the 3-point line to be successful. And so a lot of our, defensive efforts were honed in on that. And sometimes we lack that executing in the fourth quarter. So, just trying to figure out how we can do those things better, especially in the fourth quarter. And, I think we have a good game plan for it.
And then just quickly, one last one, Coach. How did you balance the kids who were still there and available practicing with not overworking people coming back from the break?
I just prepared with who was here, and we focused on conditioning once they got back, and just cleaning up some rules and execution points that we needed, and then as we added people in, that we just had those vets or those people that were here catching them up to speed, and the coaching staff as well. So we just kept building every day until we were complete, and now that we're complete, it's an unfinished product, but the product's on its way.
Perfect. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Eric Wilson.
Hey, Coach, good afternoon. As always, I appreciate your time.
Hey, Eric, how you doing?
I'm well, sir. So I wanted to ask you, as the team began to become 100%, what were some of the factors that you looked at as far as getting this team to play James Wade basketball?
I think, some film work and just preaching every day, repeating, things that we need to do to be successful, and focusing on those little details. Stuff that's important for us might not be as important for some, but those are the things that we need to do to be successful.
And I know we're going to speak to her in a little bit, but I got to ask you about Ruthie Hebert and her offensive rebound production.
Yeah.
How's she doing?
She's doing good. Ruthie, she's a worker. So one thing about Ruthie, she's going to do exactly what you say. And if she doesn't get it done, she's trying. She's trying. She doesn't have her own ideas, which is, really, really great to coach. And she just listens and tries to execute to the best of ability our plan.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Holly Rowe.
Coach, just fitting in Candace Parker. She's been a new addition, the first part of the season, a little bit late to get in the rhythm because of her injury. What have you seen from her, and how can you maximize her ability?
I think, we've seen, Candace get back into form. I think we have to maximize her by putting her in positions where she could be successful defensively and offensively, and making sure that we use her. I think that's been a big key. Like when she came back, you saw her getting into the flow a little bit more. And then as things get settled, we move the ball, but we have to make sure that we continue to play off her and make sure we have her and Sloot in actions together. I guess that's the benefit of having two playmakers at those positions, that you can put them in stuff and make sure that, and you're probably going to get something 9 times out of 10.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Nova Wilkes.
Hey, Coach Wade, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks.
I just want to ask you, in the beginning of the season, you guys dealt with injuries and players leaving. Steph left after the first game, and then some injuries. And it kind of hurt you guys' chemistry a little bit. I just want to ask you, how do you feel the chemistry is now with everybody able to come back in and practice and be together cohesively going into to make a playoff push or a championship push in the second half of the season?
I think it's good. I think the one thing about it is having everybody here. You know, that I guess the one thing that it can kind of harm and take you a little while to adjust is fitting everybody into their roles. Because if you look at the beginning of the season and you had Astu and Ruthie playing a majority of the bulk minutes for us, 30 minutes a game, and they were averaging double figures and 7-8 rebounds. And then you add two other great post players to that, and it kind of meshes in what your role is, because you had 30 minutes to get ready in the beginning. Now you're playing 10, 15 minutes. It kind of differs. So this is what we wanted. This is the problem we wanted to have in the beginning, so we can actually get to our role players earlier and they can be comfortable in their roles in game 8, 9, and 10. So this is something that we had to, do just recently before the break, and now we're going into the break, and so now we have to restart it again. We're getting everybody comfortable with their roles and making sure that they're ready to contribute, even if it's 10 minutes and not 30 minutes. So that's what we're dealing with now, but we'll be fine.
And another question I have is Steph Dolson usually starts the game next to Candace.
Right.
My question is who's that player that's going to be next to her when Steph goes out? Will it be Azare, or will we see more Ruthie playing next to Candace in the second half?
I mean, that's stuff that we're trying to figure out now. So we've tried out a couple of different lineup combinations. So I guess you guys will know by Sunday.
Thank you, Coach Wade.
All right, thanks.
All right. Thank you, James. And thank you all for
All right,
joining
thanks.
us.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow.